Well, hello everyone and welcome back to Pringleton Model Railway. Whether you're here for the first time or returning, thank you for stopping by. Your support is really appreciated. Previously, we put the flickering firebox effect into this little Class 101040 Southern loco, and I thought it really needed some coaches in the right livery to give it a lift. And what better way to do that than to give the coaches some lighting as well. So in this episode, we pick up some coaches for this fella, add some lighting to them with LED strip, a battery pack, and the miracle of the latching reed switch. And I'll tell you now, I'm a convert to these. So sit back, pour yourself a drink and enjoy. Welcome once again to the Pringleton Model Railway. Okie dokie, so we are straight in here and this is the purchase. And first things to say, this is an additional purchase and it is not the big purchase there, which will be revealed in a few episodes time in our season finale. That was the one which is going to replace the Class 91 and the Intercity 225 set. So yes, I have been really treating myself this winter. Anywho, these are two Southern Railway coaches, purchased off eBay, £18 for the pair, very nice condition, and they are going to be replacing these older sort of four-wheelers which are currently running with the Southern loco, which we looked at in the previous episode. They're very nice indeed, but I think these are going to be much more realistic, and we are going to be fitting them with coach lighting. So what we purchased off of eBay was this little kit here, which is a coach lighting set, battery powered, with latching reed switches to make it work. So I had a rather good look at a video on this, and I reckon this is going to be a great solution. So what we will do is we will get the shells off of these and have a look at how we fit it. Simple as that. Okay, in for a penny, in for a pound. Okay, so having got one of these off, we can now see, actually this is an R429 coach. It is indeed. Very nice. And we can see all the detail inside, so I've got opportunities there. Anyway, having done that, I can now demonstrate how easily they come apart. These other lugs, which just push in like so. Comes away. Okay, oops. This one's got a weight in it. It's not obvious where that came from, but I'm guessing in there because this is the brake one with the guards van, and then also the corridor connections come off this one, but that's none of that is at all. Oh, I see, look, that just dials down in there, so that's all fine. So here we are, and they are now apart, and I wonder whether this little symbol is significant somehow, but anyway, we've got those apart. So now we will look at fitting up the lighting kit itself, and something tells me it's going to be easier to start with the standard coach. Okay, so a bit more taking apart has taken place. The carriage shell, the seating interior, the glazing bit, and here we have, and actually I've worked out where the weights go, and I am minded when I get to it to put the battery pack underneath here somehow, because I think that is going to make it easier to change batteries. It's difficult to say how long they're going to last, in all truth. I mean, these aren't going to be on very often, or certainly not all the time, of course, and nevertheless I kind of don't want to necessarily have to take the whole shell carriage apart to change a battery every time. So we'll come on to that bit, but I think I'm just going to attack it. And what I'm going to do, and on the LED strip that came with the kit, you can see the cut marks here, and there's definitely enough for 2 characters, of course. And I think what I'm going to do, because that goes on there like so, what I'm going to do is, this is sticky, so stick it there like so, and I've got then 1, 2, 3, 4 points where it will stick. And this is the first one I've done of these, of course, so it's going to be a bit of trial and error and a bit of see what it looks like in the end. But I am optimistic, and before I cut the LED strip there, I can say that I have tested this with the battery. Okay, so just a little bit of our supplementary information. What I'm going to do, because obviously this has got these mounting lugs here, so the objective is to get the 2 cables down there so I can mount the battery box underneath. We will see, which means that I'm going to connect the cables to the LED strip here on these points here, so I've got a nice sort of firmer part there, which means they can then come round here and then go down essentially. So I need to obviously do some bit of tidying up once that's done. That's the plan. The actual soldering iron is out, ready to go. Okay, so soldering complete. Again, not a masterclass of soldering here. In fact, I've got a loose section there, but so it has all been tested and it works fine. Bit of tidying up required, then to get these cables around the other side, and then onto the next section. Okay, so we're looking okay here, and the plan then is to get the very clever piece, which is the latching reed switch, into position here. And then what this will do is it is changed by magnetism, and a swipe over one way or the other will turn the light, or turn the circuit, and therefore the lights off and on. And the logic is, if it's going to go here, then when the case is back on, the swipe over will work. I want this section here to be a bit more robust, so I've cut a piece of thin card, a bit of U on there, and I'm just going to position that in there just to give a bit more support for the circuitry and the wires for the latching reed switch there. So let's get that wired up, and then we can give it a test. Alright, so there is the secret weapon in place, the latching reed switch wired into the positive feed. And on this close-up, we can see how it works. It is a reed switch here, in that little silver glass capsule thing there, with a tiny, tiny, tiny magnet lassoed around it with the sort of piece of I'm going to call it elastic band. It's not, but that is going to get in position there, with the hope that it will work with the magic wand through the shell. Okay, so everything continues well. I have black tacked the latching reed switch in place here, tidied up the cables a bit at both ends, and I have created a hole. Yes, I've done it with the soldering iron through the bottom there, having worked out where the cable down would be covered by the outer shell. Ta-da! Smart stuff there. Put a piece of white tape around it anyway, just to conceal it. So that's going to go back on there just fine. And finally, the thing to do is going to be to secure the battery pack to the bottom there and just cable it in. Alrighty, so there we have it. The cables have come down here. The battery pack has been black tacked in place. Black tack, the railway modeler's friend. What a gift this is. Where would it be without it? Anyway, that's down there. And these have the 2 cables soldered on, positive and the negative, and the battery's in place there. And my logic is that I would then in future be able to use maybe just like a pair of pincer, long nose pliers like that to replace the battery as required. I have put the shell on, and as you can see here, we can't see the cables through that side. We can a little bit through there somewhere, but that's okay. So let's give it a go. The magic wand should, when swiped across the top, activate the latching reed switch and turn the light on. How fantastic is that? There we have it, and then we swipe the other way, lights off. Lights on, lights off. Lights on, lights off. Oh, I could do this all day. Lights on, lights off. And this, dear friends of Pringleton, is a game changer. No messing around with pickups on the wheels of the carriages or anything like that. So what do I need to do now? I'm going to just cover all this red wire in with a bit of black paint. That's no problem at all. Just tidy these cables up down there. I mean, none of this is going anywhere in a hurry. And of course, do the other one. So we'll get that going. And now it's time to see this beauty in action in our musical showcase. Sensational stuff there. What is not to like about that? With the latching reed switch, the LED strip and the battery pack. Totally changes the look and feel, and all I want to do now is get lights into every other coach, every other loco and every other building in Pringleton. Lots of work ahead. If you've enjoyed this episode, please do like, comment and subscribe. Your support is really appreciated. We'll be back next time. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again soon. All the best.